Welcome back, and today we're talking about Talentless Nana episode 3. So like always, let's just jump into it. This episode was just absolutely greatness. I loved every second of it. Now, this episode really only focused on two characters, Nana and Kyoya. And this is the first time that we get a deep dive into Kyoya's character and what he is like. And I absolutely love Kyoya, my favorite character right now. And he is going to be like the hero of this story, unless because of everything that happened in this episode, all the stuff that he learned in this episode, he might actually become an enemy of humanity in the sense of how the government thinks of the talented people, right? He actually might become somebody that tries to wipe out like the government and all those humans that are sending assassins into this island to destroy and kill all the talented people. But yeah, this episode starts off with Kyoya essentially jumping off the cliff where Nano died and finding his watch. So he is going to keep investigating his whole death. And heck, he was even able to deduce his time of death. It was like 6:10 p.m. So he knows that Nana was one of the last people to see Nana. They were hanging out. This is a fact. He knows this. So he went after Nana, under that disguise that, he wants to make more friends. He invited her over to his apartment. And I'm curious to know, right? Did he essentially set this whole scenario up, right? Because we know Nana is smart. We know Kyoya is smart after this episode, like really, really smart. At the same level of Nana, if not a little bit smarter. I would actually believe that Kyoya set up this whole scenario that happened in this episode with with Nana blowing up the shed and stuff like that. I could actually believe him if he says that he planned all of this out very, very carefully. I mean, this dude is smart on a whole different level. But yeah, we see that he's, playing along with Nana, giving her all the information he has about Nana. So, I'm pretty sure he's doing all of this to confirm that she cannot read minds. And after the end of the episode, I 100% believe that he knows that she does not have a talent. So I'm pretty sure he knows that she is the assassin, killing everybody. But he also was able to confirm in this episode that the teachers and everybody in there, the whole faculty, ain't really gonna do anything about it. I mean, let's be serious now, right? I believe it's been like 2 or 3 days since Nana has gone missing and nobody's doing anything about it. Like the rest of the students, they're all dumb, right? Because let's be real again. If one of your fellow students goes missing for a couple days and you're all locked down in this island, right? It's easy to find out that there is something wrong. Just go to his room. You will see that he hasn't been in there for days. And then all of a sudden, another student went missing. Again, you can just stop by their dorm and see that he's not in his room. So that's 2 students that have gone missing in a span of 2 days. Something is definitely wrong, but all the other students are oblivious to this fact. The only one that was able to pick it up has been Kyoya. He suspects Nana, and he's trying to create his own investigation. He's trying to corner Nana by giving her all the information he has to see how she reacts. She's a very good actress. She's very smart. Heck, she even came up with her plan to get rid of Kyoya, and it was an amazing plan, right? We see that whenever she went into his room, it was a complete mess, right? But she was able to deduce that he cannot smell anything. He doesn't have a sense of smell. And that's how she was able to set up the trap to explode that shed. And we find out what Kyoya's talent is. Now, he said he was invincible. And I don't think that's the case. I don't think he's invincible because that would just be like too overpowered, right? Like not being able to kill somebody, even though that talent is not able to create huge levels of casualties or anything like that. I just think it would be too OP, right? Like if he could never die, that just seems way too OP, and Nana is never going to be able to get rid of him, right? So I don't think it's invincibility. I think he was actually telling her that to see if she could actually read minds. Because he was setting her up, I believe, in this whole episode. I believe this whole plan that he conducted was absolutely just to find out if Nana was the actual killer. And after this episode, I mean, he got the confirmation that he needed, right? Because again, we see whenever they were out in the cliff where Nana died, he was telling her, look, if you can read minds, shouldn't you be able to read my mind right now and know what my talent is? So he got confirmation right there that she cannot read minds. And then when she created that huge explosion, and he survived it. I'm guessing because his powers is more like healing. He told her, well, look, you can read minds, correct? I'm gonna think about my weakness, and you can just read my mind and know what it is. So now that's the problem, right? If he doesn't have a weakness, then he just confirmed that Nana cannot read minds and that she is actually talentless, or at the very least has another type of talent that nobody knows about. Like she's trying to hide her talent. So yeah, Kyoya, I have to say, he's one of my favorite characters as well. I still love Nana as a character just because I love me a good villain, and Nana is a good villain. I mean, she's on the side of the government that's trying to wipe out all these kids in this island. So yeah, she's definitely evil, because there should never be a reason why they should send an assassin in to kill all these kids. Yes, because they have the potential to create high level of destruction, especially when the whole island was literally created by the government to train these students to control their power, to become like a government asset, right? To become part of the government, to defend humanity against the enemies of humanity, which they seem to be monsters. And Kyoya is so smart that he was able to deduce that also the monsters are not really monsters. Like the enemies of humanity are not really monsters. So I'm guessing again that after this episode, he believes 100% that the enemies of humanity is really just the government sending in assassins to kill the talented. Like, I feel like this is like a hidden war going on right now between both sides, right? Like the talented are sitting ducks in this island while the government is sending in assassins, saying that these talented people, the one that has superpowers, are the enemies of humanity. And then we got the talented people being lied to, saying that the enemies of humanity are these huge monsters that can cause like an insane level of destruction. And obviously it's very clear now that those monsters don't exist. The monsters are the people in the government kind of sitting in their desks making all these assumptions about the students and sending in assassins. So I really cannot wait to get more of this anime. I mean, it's just great. I really love me a good anime where we see two really smart people kind of going after each other to see, what their goals are, what they're planning, and how to catch the other one in the act, right? Because at this point, I don't think Kyoya is going to straight up just try to murder, Nana. I don't think he's going to go along that route. He might try to get information out of her. Again, one of the big motivations for Kyoya right now, if it is a true story, right? Because we don't know exactly to what extent Kyoya is lying as to why he wants to investigate Nanao's death. But he did say he had a little sister that came to this island and disappeared. And of course I believe him, because look at what's happening now, right? I'm pretty sure the government is sending assassins in. Heck, Nana might not be the only one. There could be different levels of assassins, right? Because I'm guessing they do the school in the same way they do school in Japan. They have different years. So there could be 1 or 2 assassins per class, and we just don't know, right? They could set up different allies for the assassins, and it might turn out to be a full-on scale war in this island at some point, right? Because I'm pretty sure none of the students want to die just because they are believed to cause a certain level of destruction. So at some point we could see like a group of assassins just going all out, trying to kill all the students in one night, and the students kind of defending themselves, and it turns out to be a little, war on this island. But yeah, overall, another great episode. I absolutely loved every second of it. I'm glad we got this deeper dive into Kyoya and his character and what his talent is. It seems to be OP. I cannot wait to see if it actually has a weakness, because if he can just be invincible and heal every wound, I don't see Nana taking him out anytime soon. But then again, next episode, we could see Nana actually kill Kyoya. Who knows, right? Who knows? Because from episode 1, whenever we got led to believe that Nana was the main character, that dude bit the bullet. So for all we know, Nana is actually going to kill Kyoya, find out a very creative way to actually kill him. And then, he's not even the main character anymore. It's only going to be Nana, and we just get to see her create this path of destruction with all these kids. So yeah, I just don't think it's going to happen, because Kyoya is the only one that I think has the mental capacity and is smart enough to actually stop Nana. But yeah, I cannot wait to get more of this anime. I am absolutely loving every single second of it. But like always, let me know what you thought of this episode. Go ahead, leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you on the next episode.